What's an owner's draw? Great question. And this comes up a lot in bookkeeping. An owner's draw is essentially how an owner pays themselves. Of course, it's going to be a little bit different depending on which entity type you are. So for example, a sole proprietor versus a single member LLC versus a multi-member LLC versus an S Corp. Okay, let's break it down. So essentially, if you are in the category of being a sole proprietor or a single member or multi-member LLC, you are not getting a salary like you are if you're an S Corp. So you need to pay yourself. So anytime you need to pay yourself, you get to take money out of your business checking account and put it into your personal checking account. Well, that is considered an owner's draw. And you do want to track how much of those you're taking each month or each quarter or however often you're taking them. So you want to make sure you categorize that as an owner's draw on the balance sheet. It goes on the balance sheet and not the profit and loss. Why? Well, the profit and loss is how much income you've made and how many expenses you have. You're not your own expense. What are expenses are internet, office supplies, insurance, advertising. Those are all business expenses. When you pay yourself, it's not considered a business expense. That's why it goes on the balance sheet. Now let's talk about if you're an S Corp. So for example, I'm an S Corp and I pay myself a base salary, but every once in a while I need just a little bit of extra money in my bank account for an unexpected bill. I am allowed to draw extra money out of my business checking without having it run through payroll, and that is considered a shareholder distribution, which is AKA same thing as an owner's draw. So there are definitely limitations to how much you can take out of your business, and you'll want to talk to a tax professional or CPA about how much your business specifically can take out. For my S Corp, I'm relatively aware of how much each year I'm allowed to take out. So I'm pretty good about tracking it. But if you do have any questions, it's great to talk to a tax professional to know that you're not over withdrawing. If you over withdraw, two things can happen. You either owe taxes on it or you may owe that back to your business. So that's why it's important to consult a tax professional when dealing with how much you can take as a draw. But just know that if you want to pay yourself, it's usually an owner's draw. And if you're an S Corp and you want to pay yourself a little extra, it's a shareholder distribution. Thanks for watching.